Picture this, a man named Steve. He's a salesperson by profession, a humble, everyday citizen, heading to his regular 9-to-5 job. The sun barely peeking out from the horizon, he gets in his car, a clean and shiny silver sedan that he keeps meticulously maintained. Steve is a man of routine, repeating his daily commute with the sort of precision that only comes from habit and experience. Suddenly, the morning calm is shattered. A deafening sound echoes through the weak morning light, a sound so intense it vibrates in your bones, causing heartbeats to stutter. Steve, sitting in his car, in the midst of his usual routine, is taken aback, his senses overwhelmed by the abrupt sound. In a matter of moments, he's plucked from his comfortable sedan. Rough hands yank him out, pulling him into an army truck that seemed to materialize out of nowhere. He's thrust amongst gruff men in uniform, handed a suit made not of woolen fabric like his own, but of camouflaged cloth and rough-spun cotton, and informed that he's going to war. Steve, an expert on cars, not guns, is thrown into an unfamiliar environment. He's a salesperson, his world full of numbers and negotiations, not bullets and battlefields. When he's handed a cold heavy, his fingers fumble, unsure of how to handle it. The terror sets in, the fear of battle creeping into his bones. Anxiety thickens in his throat, making it difficult to swallow. Worry gnaws at his stomach, an insatiable beast. But amid this turmoil, Steve's thoughts are with his family back home. His beautiful wife, always ready with a warm smile and reassuring words, and his 2 children. Little Ruby with her bright, innocent eyes, and Alex, their firstborn, always curious and eager to learn. The thought of them keeps him grounded, even as the world around him spirals into chaos. At the base, he tries to explain his predicament, to voice his worries and fears. But when he says he's never held a gun, he's dismissed, his protests falling on deaf ears. He's just another soldier now, a cog in the well-oiled machinery of war. Now, in this completely foreign environment, the landscape is a sight to behold. Thousands of trucks, their engines roaring like beasts of steel and fire, traverse a desert terrain. Dust is everywhere, coating every surface, filling the air until the world appears hazy. There's no sign of civilization here, no hint of the comfort his normal life provided. They eventually reach the front line. The air is thick with tension, a palpable force that sweeps over the men. Chaos ensues like a demon unleashed, bombs exploding around them, gunfire ringing out, death an all-too-real possibility. Steve can't believe it. Just hours ago, he was on his way to work, a mundane day like any stretched out before him. Thrown onto the battlefield, Steve runs. He isn't sure where he's heading, only that he needs to get away from the danger, the violence. He ends up in a ditch among fallen soldiers, their sight a stark reminder of the harsh reality of war. An enemy soldier attacks, a figure looming in the smoke and dust. But something switches inside Steve. He fires the weapon in his hands, the recoil jarring his shoulder. The enemy soldier falls, a crumpled heap on the ground. Suddenly, Steve, he's no longer the trembling salesperson. Something primal awakens within him. He charges the enemy, his fear replaced with determination. He takes out 1 enemy, then 2, then 3. Steve, the salesperson, becomes Steve, the leader, rallying his comrades, leading them to victory. His side wins, the enemy finally yielding in defeat. Upon his return home, he's hailed a hero, lauded as a brave man who rose to the occasion. He's promoted, becomes a lieutenant general, a distinguished rank that seemed so impossible before. His potential, which was unknown even to himself, is unleashed when pushed to a corner. Remember, sometimes we don't know our strength until we're tested.